Hey guys, it's FifaRalle here and welcome to episode 45 of Let's FIFA 14, and in this episode we are building a new squad. So we're selling on our 4-2-2-2 side around Kaka and Moreno, and we're of course keeping the skillers in the club, and we are also going to keep the second inform Kaka because he links nicely up with one of the new inform players from this week's team of the week, and that is the inform Taarabt, which I went out and picked up. And he was not too expensive, 34,250 coins. That is not too bad for an inform skiller, and he'll be playing on the left wing. And we get a few more inform players into this side. We pick up the inform Pedro for the right wing. He got 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. We get another player with 5-star weak foot and 4-star skills in Trohowski. I used him quite a bit in my silver squad a few episodes ago, and he was just overall really good to play with, so I wanted to give him another go. We pick up two fullbacks in Cicinho and Constant, and the defensive core of the squad will be Bundesliga players. We get Schweinsteiger for 72,000 coins, haven't used him before, and I wanted to give him a go because he seems to have some really good stats. We get Taarabt as our first center back and upgraded Boateng as the other center back, and that pretty much finishes off the squad because we already got the goalkeeper in the club. But one thing I had to do was to pick up a position modifier for Schweinsteiger, so I sold on a few players on the transfer list to give me the final coins, and I applied that position modifier to Schweinsteiger, and this is pretty much the squad. On goal we will be playing the second inform Leno, and he's a really good keeper in my opinion. The only thing I wish he had was the long throw trade because that makes it so much easier to start counter attacks, but still a very good keeper in my opinion. We got Taarabt and Boateng as our center backs. They're both fast, got good defending and heading stats, and are quite tall, which is really nice, and I think they'll do a good job defending. And Schweinsteiger on the center defensive mid, good shooting, passing, dribbling and defending, decent heading. And then he got alright pace for center defensive mid in my opinion. So I think he'll do a quite good job there, holding down the midfield. On the right back we do have Cicinho, 4-star skills of course, a bit of pace, and he links nicely up with Trohowski. And left back we got Constant, one of the players I've just used a lot in the past because he got some really good stats for at left back in my opinion. Kaka on the center mid. He remains as a center attack mid, but because of the loyalty chemistry bonus, he got 9 chemistry, and I'm not going to convert him into a center mid because I'm kinda low on coins. On the left wing, we do have Taarabt, and we already got a position modifier in the club, so we'll convert him into a left wing, and that ensures that he does get the 9 chemistry, and he got a small little upgrade from his regular card, but still. Well, he's not outstanding for a left winger, but still I hope we can get some cool goals. He got some good dribbling on him. His shooting is a little bit upgraded, but I do not really feel his shooting is as good as last year. But still, we're giving him a go, and hopefully we can get some cool goals with him. We do have Trohowski on the right center mid, and as I said, I really did enjoy using him in my silver squad. And I wanted to give him another go. And another player with a 5-star weak foot is Pedro, and also 4-star skills on him, just like Trohowski. And he got good shooting, passing, dribbling, and pace on him. And finally, we do have Neymar, 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, of course. He played 23 games for the club and scored 26 goals, which is not too bad. And he's probably my favorite striker I've used so far in the club. He just seems to get me goals whenever I need them. So that is pretty much the team we'll be using, and we are heading on into the Championship tournament. I would know there was a new tournament released as well, and we'll probably get around that in tomorrow's episode. But in today's episode, we're heading into the Championship tournament to play with our new squad, and it's Neymar getting the first chance here. I'll play it through to Pedro, and somehow we get onto the ball, but not really the best shot. And around 10 minutes later, we're on the ball again. We'll pass it to Neymar. He turns around, makes his way into the box, and he will make it 1-0 to get a goal for himself. And in the 45th minute, we get another chance. We play it down the wing to Pedro, and he will stop up here, go inside, and then cut down the wing again. We try for the chip, but it is straight on the keeper, and he will save that one. And instead, we go into the 54th minute. He tries to cross it in, but Leno will catch the ball there, and we'll start a counter attack here. Throw it out. We find Trohowski, and he was going to backtrack quite a bit, try to cover my runs, and I knew I was not really going to get past him with a skill move, so I took the shot with Neymar, and he was going to finish that from around 30 yards out, maybe 35 yards, and he makes it 2-0, his second goal of the game, and that is pretty much how it ended. So 2 goals by Neymar to win me the game, and he continues on scoring goals, and we make our way into the next round of the tournament. So we'll jump into that game as well, and we'll continue with the same side because the fitness was quite alright on most of the players. So we jump on into the quarterfinals, and in that game we come up against a quite solid Premier League squad in a 4-1-2-1-2 formation, and it was going to be a tough game. He plays an over-the-top ball, my defenders trips over each other, he picks up the rebound, and he will make it 1-0 just before halftime. And I didn't create much in the first half, but into the second half, I was just waiting for Pedro to make that run. I could play the through ball, and he would convert it here with an outside foot shot into the bottom corner to make it 1-1. And just a few minutes later, Pedro once again on the ball. We get a bit of luck, kind of similar to his first goal, where my two defenders tripped over each other, his two defenders would trip over each other, and Cicinho could put it into the back of the net to make it 2-1. And it was definitely a really tough game. We had an even amount of shots pretty much. He had one more shot on target, but in the end it was me being able to convert my shots I had on target to win it 2-1. I was quite happy about that because, as I said, it was a tough game. He was playing Ibarbo and Aubameyang on the top. He substituted them on throughout the game, but I was able to hang on to the lead. And that means we are into the semi-finals of the tournament. And for that game, the final game of this episode, we'll be playing with our other squad, the 4-2-2-2 side, with Neymar and Sanchez on the top, and Chikawi into the squad as well. And we head on into that game, and we come up against a very solid Bundesliga side. And yeah, I just always hate playing against Bundesliga sides because it's always going to be a tough game. We get our first chance in the 11th minute, but he will save that one, and instead he will play an over-the-top ball. He'll get a touch to it, I get a touch to it, but I just take it down for Götze, and he will make it 1-0. So not exactly what I wanted, but 43rd minute, we're on the ball with Neymar, and we are finding a bit of space here in the midfield, just going a little bit back and forth before we play a through ball, and we get a bit of luck. It falls to Sanchez, and we'll make it 1-1 to get the equalizer. And then in the 90th minute, we get another chance, but couldn't really convert it, and the second half was overall a quite boring half. So we went into extra time, and there was going to be a lot of chances there. First off, it's Chikawi on the ball, 97th minute. He'll cut inside, try out a shot, but it is straight on the keeper. And a few minutes later, it's Neymar on the ball. He plays it to Bernard, a nice little elastico, and a through ball to Neymar, who will get a goal to make it 2-1, and we get into the lead. But then he plays an over-the-top ball, and it's just like my center-backs completely stopped running, and Draxler would make it 2-2. And just 2 minutes later, he plays a through ball down the wing. He'll cross it in with Alaba, and he gets a header in, but I'll clear it away, pick it up with Neymar here, pass it to Sanchez, and to Fernando, back to Sanchez, and finally we find Neymar, and I decided to run inside the pitch to find a bit of space, and there was a lot of space. I could just run all the way through with Neymar, and he would get his second goal of the game to make it 3-2, win it in the 119th minute. And that means we move on into the final, and Neymar, he got a few more goals for himself, and when you look at the full-time stats, both of us had quite a few shots on target, but in the end, I'll get out on top, and that is pretty much how this episode is going to end off. So we got quite a few wins, 8 wins, 0 losses on our new run, and it's looking quite good, to be honest. And that is pretty much all, guys. I hope you did enjoy the episode, and that's all. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you later.